Hi, this is Mike. I'm just going to take you through how to create a vehicle inspection mobile app and submit it to the app stores and put some workflows behind it and connect it up to Asana's project management system. So first you go through, just give your app a name. I'm going to call it Demo Co Mobile. And then go through and register with your organisation name, first name, last name, email address and password. Click on register. And in the left hand corner there's a help section which sort of shows you what to do. You can find that help screen everywhere in this app builder. So we're in the app builder now. We're going to add a database of vehicles. We're going to build a little vehicle database and vehicle inspection form as well. So as you can see, it's given us a sequence initially. So that's like a vehicle ID. It'll generate a new ID every time we add a new item to the database. We're just going to add some fields. You can see there's a lot of fields to choose from. We're going to have make and model and vehicle registration and maybe a picture of the vehicle as well. And so on the left hand side you've got the palette of field types you can choose from, and every time we tap one you can see it adds it to the right hand side. You click on the little pencils next to a field item and then you can go and edit the details of those items. And so for this particular sequence we're going to have a vehicle ID, and then we're going to have a drop down for make, so we're just going to have Toyota and Ford for this as the available options. And maybe registration. Oh, we haven't had model yet, of course. Vehicle model. Called notes. So we're just designing a database of vehicles. So these are attributes or properties that every vehicle in our database will have. Oh yeah, we need to go to the settings and give it a name. So we're going to call it vehicles DB. DB for database. And you can choose an icon as well. Just use a car. Yeah, over on the right hand side here I've got a little preview, so you can actually see what we're doing as we go. Initially there's nothing in there. When I tap on done, that's actually going to add an item to our mobile app. Now this preview is going to be integrated into the app builder as well. You can see you can hide it with that little eye and that'll disappear on the right hand side. There's a bit of a lag in between showing and hiding it. So if you tap on the vehicle DB row there, that'll take you to configure that database. We're going to add some entries. You can see the columns we selected for fields as well. So we're going to add a Ford and a couple of Toyotas as well. Whenever you attach an image, it gets uploaded to the cloud to Amazon S3, and a URL to that image is attached to every database item. So I'll add a couple of Toyotas as well, a Corolla and a Camry. Now we've got a little database of vehicles. So let's go and create a form that refers to our vehicle database. Let's inspect those vehicles. So you can see it's the same sort of interface. Again, you're given a sequence by default. Now we're just adding our vehicles database as a link in there. So we're going to have a vehicle inspection ID. And then in the database, we're going to link that to the vehicles database we just created. We'll give it a name as well. And then some items we might want to inspect. So maybe that you've checked the water and checked the oil. Maybe we'll use a little multiple choice for tyres as well. So we'll make the checkboxes optional. That will allow the user to submit it without actually selecting it. We'll add a little multiple choice. I just wanted to show you how the multiple choice in the mobile app it gets turned into a touch-friendly set of options. Those of us with fat fingers can actually use it on a mobile device. So tyres can be OK or marginal or unroadworthy. If I could spell, that would help. And then maybe some mobile specific things like we'll attach an image and a signature. You can attach GPS location as well. We'll go in and configure that. So this is their vehicle inspection. The plugin description is what gets displayed in the mobile app. For this one, we'll just select a checkbox. And there's some items, stages and transitions we'll go and look at a bit later. But you can see that gets published straight away, and in a second you'll see that description change to vehicle inspection. There it is. Let's create a new one. So you can see the stages by default are just new and completed. When we tap to create a new form, we can select from Ford Focus or Corolla or Camry the items in our vehicle database. We can type ahead, or we can just select it using our finger. In this case, this is on my desktop. It's a simulator, so I use the mouse. I'll check those items, and you can see that multiple choices turned into these nice big touch targets. The signature is a nice touchscreen signature. But when we go to update it, we get failed to save. That's because we don't yet have a subscription set up in the app builder. So it gives you a nice little preview, but to actually show what happens, we need to go through this process. Now we can choose a different look and feel. We'll choose that one, and you'll see on the right hand side that will just change before our eyes. So that's the look and feel that we chose. We can choose our own icon, and so these bits are what we need in order to have it listed on the app stores for users to download. There's nice sort of sensible defaults you can use. You do need an app store description to get it through Apple review. It doesn't need to be too detailed, but we will also review this for you prior to submission to make sure that there's nothing that's obviously going to result in an App Store review rejection from Apple. It does go to Google Play as well, but Apple's a bit more stricter on the App Store descriptions. And again, for an App Store listing, you need to provide some keywords. So we'll provide demo co, vehicle management, fleet, inspection. And you can choose a different category. It defaults to business. We can generate a privacy policy for you. In order to submit to Google Play and the App Store, you need a privacy policy that's available on the web. So we can generate that for you with placeholders. And so that's created a little website just for us, for DemoCo Inc., with a privacy policy with placeholders. And you can see just a little preview of what it's going to look like in the app stores. So we can select our subscription level now. There's an annual option and a monthly option. You can choose to also submit it immediately to the app stores. Otherwise, you just get web access. Now this is running on my demo machine, and so I can use demo phone numbers and credit card details. So I'll give you a link to a demo site you can use, and you can use these details with it too, just to play around. And that, when I click place order, is going to submit it to the app stores. There's a lot of processing that needs to be done first, but Juto does all that for you. It bundles it all, all of your icons, it takes some screenshots, and you'll be notified when that goes through to the App Store. And now we've got an active subscription. So now you can see what happens in the app when we click update. It actually gets submitted to the App Stores. It actually gets, the form gets submitted. And there it is. And you can see I've got one completed form. Now we're going to go and add another stage. It's read-only too. You can see what was entered, but yeah, you get full history of every change and everything that's happened. We're going to go through and just modify that form a little bit to add another stage. Oops, accidentally clicked next. And down the bottom of the form settings, there's stages and transitions. We're going to add a pending stage, and then we're going to link that transition from new to pending to Asana. So we're going to create an Asana task every time that goes from new to pending. Pending to completed, we'll just take a PDF snapshot. So when I click on add action there, we can create an Asana to do and connect our app with Asana. I'm already authenticated here. Otherwise it'll prompt you for your Asana password. And I'm just going to link it to my personal to-dos just for this demo. And so you can see there it's going to create a task for my to-do project when it goes from new to pending. From pending to complete, we'll just store a PDF snapshot in the cloud. And then we update that, and you can see the pending stage in our little mobile app is already there. The same with people who've downloaded it from Google Play or the iOS App Store. It's available straight away. So if I go into Asana, I'm just going to have that open so that when I do this, you'll see the to-do item appear. So those are formed in the new stage as distinct from creating a new form. I create a new form. This one can be a Corolla. Just sign that as test, and we're going to mark that as pending this time. Update that, and you should see on the left-hand side that is going to create an Asana to-do item. A vehicle inspection has moved from new to pending. You tap on that and you get a link to the actual vehicle inspection PDF. There it is. Oil checked, water checked, tyres are marginal. And so that Asana integration is very useful. And then we can actually go in, and once that's done, we can go and edit it and change it to the completed stage. We still get that snapshot of when it was in the pending stage. So nothing old has been modified, there's just a new version created, a new snapshot that's been created. Thank you for listening.